Hey, good morning, everybody. It's me here. As you can see, I had to shave. It was about time. I'm out here on my patio. If you look out back, you can see there's a couple little ducks here somewhere swimming around. I don't know, I tried to zoom in on them, but whatever. I also have a friend of mine here. Bono, come say hi. Come say hi. Eh. This is Bono. He's a sweetheart. And I'm out here on my patio, like I said, just saying hi. Wanted to reach out, see how everybody's doing. A little stink eye for some of you. You know who you are. Some of you aren't doing your work, so please make sure you're doing your work. Some of you are doing your work. Those that are, thank you very much for your effort. You're doing a good job. I know some of the stuff I'm throwing at you is kind of some new stuff, and it's stuff that you don't have a lot of experience with, but you're doing a good job of learning and figuring out what it is that I'm looking for. And then I'm trying to also give you some feedback so that you can make sure that you are. Bono is saying hi again. Hi, Bono. Say hi. He would really like to go outside. As I was saying, I'm trying to give you some feedback on your work. And I've asked some of you guys to redo some of your work just because I want to make sure that you guys are getting, understanding what it is that we're trying to do. So thank you guys for your effort. Thank you for redoing things when you need to. And I hope that you're learning a little bit along the way. This week, I posted a story for you. It was a pretty tough story to read. I hope you guys are able to get through that. It was a powerful story, and I asked you to comment on it. And I don't know if you got it, but the point of that story is look at the headline. That story was not necessarily just about somebody who went through something, but it was about human nature, and it was about how strong a person can be. And if you look at the title of that, I think it said the bravest person in Seattle. And so that's really what the story is about how brave this woman was, how much that she went through, and how she persevered and overcame. Those are the types of stories that people want to read. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, whether you're talking about somebody battling cancer or the coronavirus and some of the stories we're hearing right now, but stories about people, that's what people want to read the most. So, guys, if you can tell stories about people, that's what's important. And the key thing here is it has to be a story. That's what we're looking for in our school newspaper. That's what people are looking for when they turn on the TV. We love storytellers, no matter what. If you can be a good storyteller, you have a career. And not just a career, but I mean a career in a field where you get to use your creativity, where the sky is the limit. If you can tell stories, you can write movies. If you can tell stories, you can write books. If you can tell stories, you can write songs. So that skill, storytelling, is really what it boils down to. The only difference between my class and, say, storytelling in another class like creative writing is that in my class it's a requirement that your stories have to be true. And for some of you, that seems to make things a lot more difficult when you have to tell a good story, but you can't just make up the facts. You have to actually find a good story. But the reality is there are good stories out there everywhere because all stories begin with people. That's where stories are told, through people and their experiences. And there's so many powerful experiences that people that you and I know have. And so those are the stories that we want to be telling. Those are the stories that we want to be finding. And we can do that if we just look, if we just think about, things in a new way, through a new side. If we analyze things the way I had you do with the article about numbers, these things will help us to tell good stories. So be aware. Look around you and find what's going on, what's really happening. Look beneath the surface. One of our focuses this year with the yearbook reporting was to look closely. And so what that means is, really analyze things. Look beyond just a face. Who is your classmate? Who is your teacher? What makes them tick? What is there maybe about them that we don't know? So I just want to leave you with that thought. I hope you guys are doing well. I would love to create a lot more assignments for you guys and have you do a lot more work right now, but my understanding is like a lot of your teachers are overwhelming you with work right now. So, I'm not really about that. I don't really want to overwhelm you. I do want to give you some things to read. I want to try to feed you a lot of good writing so you can see what's out there and see what the possibilities are for what you can achieve through journalism, whether you're achieving that through writing it yourself or just achieving it through being a consumer of news and taking in some of the stuff that's out there, because it does enrich our lives. It does make us a better people when we have an understanding of other parts of the world, understanding of what other people are going through, and stories can lift us up. They can make us tougher. They can make us think about things in a new way. There's a lot of things that can be achieved in life just through taking the time to really invest that time into reading news stories. And yes, TV is a part of that. I always kind of forget to talk about TV news. I'm not a big fan of TV news. I turn on the TV, I see CNN, and a lot of times it's just people arguing, and that to me is not journalism. There's a spot for some opinion writing in journalism, but the core of journalism is telling stories. And these people a lot of times aren't telling stories, they're just filling time. So yes, TV news, they tell stories, and there's some good stuff out there, but it's tough to find. And I really want you guys to remember and understand that the written news is the most powerful you're going to get. It's got the most depth to it, the most detail, and the best stories are out there. If you take the story that you guys read this week and imagine that as a news thing, it probably would have been 30 seconds, maybe a minute. But you guys got to read so much depth, so much detail about this person's experience, both with what happened to them and them having to retell that in a courtroom with people questioning them. And yeah, so anyways, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. It's getting close to lunchtime, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to have a sandwich. Again, if you guys need anything, let me know. I'm bored. I don't have anything going on. I don't care if somebody needs some groceries or something else is going on and you need some help with it. Just reach out. The worst I can say is, no, I hate you. And I'd only say that to Ryan, so the rest of you should be okay. All right? All right, peace out, guys. Take care of yourselves. Love you. Bye.